Hello YouTube and fellow Wasteland Wanderers, and welcome back to The Bigger Pixel with your host, the Gaming Mandroid, where in today's tips and tricks video, we're going to be looking at how you can really rake in the caps in the Wasteland, and how you can turn all of your loot to your advantage and you never run out of ammunition or caps again. Now, this process works perfectly for any character, even from a charisma of 1. Now, this particular character has a charisma of 3. In retrospect, I probably should have taken that all the way to 1. But trust me, those 2 points of difference are not a big deal. And if you do the methods that I'm showing you, then this will still be fantastic for you. And you'll have great results. Now, obviously, if you want caps, I think it's pretty safe to say we all know the basic formula here. While you can get cap rewards from quests, the real way you're going to be pulling in the money is by carrying in loot and going to merchants to trade with them. Now, just a quick side note on loot and how to make sure you're making money. You need to be a little bit conscious of what you're picking up. That's my first piece of advice to you if you want to make money. Don't just pick up anything. Pay attention to the values of the items, and especially in relation to their weights. I myself have had a long-standing system for Bethesda games that I still employ today as far as how I determine which loot is worth picking up. Now, I'm talking about loot, so that's not items that you would otherwise actually want to use for your characters. Those are items that you're just planning to carry around and then sell as loot, right? So in order to make it into my inventory, an item needs to have at least 10 times its weight and its value. So if it weighs 1 pound, it needs to be worth at least 10 caps. That's my personal ratio, my system, to make sure that I'm not wasting my time picking up loot. But anyways, just so that you know what we're seeing in front of you here, we're going to go through and do this sale 3 times. This is our baseline. This is with a charisma of 3 and no buffs, okay? And we have the same inventory each time that we're selling, and we're buying the same thing each time, which is the Wastelander's chest piece here from Myrna. It is a great chest piece, by the way, so I recommend you buy that, especially if you're a low-level character. That's a great legendary buy. But as you can see, with only 3 charisma, we had to sell the shirt off our backs just to get it. I think we earned it, though. We're gonna wear it around. Yeah. Very proud, very proud. So you need to dress for success when you come to the table to make caps in Fallout 4. And there's a lot of apparel and clothing that can boost your charisma, like these ones here. So probably the most common ones are just suits. Any kind of suit will give you +2 charisma, as well as dresses if you're a chick. I mean, you can wear either. Cross-dressing is allowed in Fallout 4, so if you find a dress or a suit, go ahead, put that on. That's +2 charisma. There's lots of other outfits that give you +1 charisma as well, but obviously you want to go with the highest one. The highest one total would be Reginald's suit, or if you're a woman, Agatha's dress. You can get that from Curtain Call, the quest, by completing that, so that'll give you +3 charisma. And then there's also hats, like the Trilby hat, that'll give you an extra charisma. Or glasses, like the fashionable glasses, that'll give you +1 charisma. If you don't have equipment like this, just head over to Fallon's basement here in the Diamond City Market and head down those stairs there, and you can buy clothes there. You'll probably be able to find some stuff that will boost your charisma. And it's all very inexpensive. Clothing in general is not very expensive, and it also weighs very little, so that's why it behooves you to just carry those items. But there's more than just clothes. There's also drugs and alcohols that can boost your charisma. So a couple of different alcohols, and then XL and Day Tripper. Those are a little bit rare. The real one that really matters, the standout, is the Great Mentats. I mean, these things are incredible, and you can craft them yourself. Right here you can see the ingredients. So what it is 2 hub flowers, 1 whiskey, and 1 Mentats to make a Great Mentats. And it gives you +5 charisma. That's insane. And then on top of that, plus 10% to sell prices and minus 10% from buy prices. So Great Mentats are incredible, not just for buying and selling, but also for passing difficult persuasion checks to perhaps increase the caps reward for a quest or something like that. So Great Mentats are life, Great Mentats are love. If you take nothing else from the video, Great Mentats. So here we are, we're wearing all the equipment, and we've taken all the drugs and alcohol that can boost our charisma, and you see we have a total of +15 charisma right now. We have 18 charisma total right now. So let's go in, talk to Myrna, and try our sale again. So like I was saying before, we're walking in with the same exact inventory we had before as last time, and we're also buying the same exact item, the Wastelander's chest piece, but the prices you are going to find are completely different. So the first time around, when we finished selling all of our weapons and all of our apparel, just to get that Wastelander's chest piece, the final sale was at plus 89 caps. We were gaining 89 caps at that point. We're going to sell all that same stuff, all the same weapons, all the same armor, and look at the difference. Look at the difference this 15 points of charisma makes. There we are. Final number. 2,743 caps that Myrna owes us. 2,743 as compared to 89 before. And we technically sold a couple less items. We didn't sell the clothes we were wearing, whereas we did last time. So that is a massive, massive difference, okay? And that was without the perk. Now, obviously, the Caps Collector perk is out there. The first two levels affect your the prices that you get, and then the last one lets you invest 500 caps in a merchant if you want. So just to prove that you don't need this perk, we've gone ahead and taken the perk, and then we're going to use all the same methods that we did just now. So we're going to use all the same drugs, and we're wearing all the same clothes. So we should have, it'll show you right here, yep, there it is, 18 charisma, same amount of charisma, plus we have all 3 ranks of Cap Collector.
I don't know you.
Now, I will grant Cap Collector this one thing. Being able to invest 500 caps in merchants is pretty nice, because then you can trade much more with them. You know, they have more caps to go around, so you know, that way you don't have to visit a million different merchants just to empty your inventory. Now, in this time through, I apologize. For continuity, I probably shouldn't have done this, but I also added on a shipment of adhesive to this purchase. Not a problem, though. That's worth exactly 1,200 caps in this transaction. So we can adjust for that after we've made our sale yet again. So we're going to go through and sell all the same items that we did last time with the Caps Collector perk this time. And we'll just get rid of the apparel, except for the stuff we're wearing. Yep, there it is. Alrighty, and 1543 is the caps. Like I said, there was that 1,200 cost of the shipment of adhesive. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. But if you add 1,200 on that, 2743 is what you get. Exact same caps amount that we had without the perk. So there you have it. The Caps Collector perk does nothing for you once you've already reached this threshold. So what can do something for you? Well, you might be thinking Fortune Finder. This will help me find more caps. Please don't get Fortune Finder. Don't get Fortune Finder, and I'll tell you why. Because Scrounger is the same thing but better. Scrounger increases the chances of ammunition spawning rather than caps, like Fortune Finder does. Here's the thing, guys. Ammunition is basically a better currency than caps. It weighs nothing, but it has value. And if you use these methods that I just described to boost your charisma, you can sell certain ammos for as much as 8 caps a piece, and they weigh nothing. So if you really, I don't think you need any of these to make money, but if you really need to, get Scrounger over Cap Collector, over Fortune Finder, get Scrounger, because you can sell that ammunition for mad money. But maybe you don't have any loot. Maybe you need stuff to sell and you just want to make quick cash, but you don't know where to find some good loot. Well, I'm going to tell you right now how you can make 10,000 caps from one quest. This is the quest right here. It's called Diamond City Blues. It starts when you enter the Colonial Tap House in the upper stands of Diamond City. So you'll come in and you'll see Paul Pembroke getting into an argument with the bartender, Henry Cook. And it's all over a disagreement about his wife, who is basically cheating on him with Henry Cook there. So when you find him later in the Diamond City Market, or wherever he happens to approach you, he will approach you on his own eventually. But he's going to ask you for help. He's going to ask you to confront Henry Cook. Now, I do highly recommend that you persuade him to stay and not join you in the Colonial Tap House to talk to Cook, because otherwise it'll complicate the quest a little bit. It's not major either way, but you use the same methods I showed you for raising your barter prices, and you'll have really, really good odds of passing those persuasion checks. So you'll talk to Henry Cook, and you'll convince him that it's Darcy Pembroke is not worth it, and you'll twist his arm, and he'll say, okay, well, I can sweeten the deal. I know about this big drug deal that's going down, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to ambush the drug deal. We're going to take the caps, and we're going to take the drugs, okay? So you say yes, of course. You show up, Henry Cook will also attend, and he'll help you. And we'll just make short work of these guys. Knock out Trish. Trish is kind of like the leader here. And once we do this, and we've finished a little bit of a talking with both Henry and Trish, that's when we'll have access to the cargo here. And it's insane. What it's going to give us is a stack. It's going to give us 6 stacks of 10 for 4 of the main drugs. Okay. All right. So we're going to get 60 jet. We're going to get 60 mentats, 60 buff out, and 60 psycho. Okay, if you're a drug user, this quest is a must-do, okay? Because that's a lot of drugs, and that's useful. But each of these has a value of 50. Once you do all the boosting methods that I told you about, you're going to be able to sell them for a maximum value of 40 caps each. Guys, do the math. 40 times 60, all right? That is 9,600, I believe, caps. 9,600 caps worth of loot that you can sell. Okay, plus you're gonna loot up almost like 800 to 900 caps off the body of Nelson Latimer. There you go, 10,000 caps from one quest if you combine that loot with the methods that I showed you in this video. So you run Bartertown, okay, and you can take these wasteland fools for a ride. Okay, that just about does it for our guide on how to make quick caps in Fallout 4. I have, as always, been your host, the Gaming Mandroid, and I look forward to seeing you next week when we'll be bringing you more tips and tricks videos for Fallout 4.